look at Mamdami, right? So first of all, he hates cops. He says he's going to arrest Netanyahu, so he hates the Jews. He says that Modi is a war criminal, so he hates the Indian population, and he wants to nationalize grocery stores. Other than that, and he wants to increase your taxes like dramatically, right?
Yeah.
Defund the police is the dumbest fucking thing of all time.
It is.
That's the dumbest fucking thing
He has
you could
a
ever
strong
say.
support, and I'm trying to understand how is he gaining so much support?
You know
from
why?
the average New Yorker.
First of all, he's got a great line of shit, right? I mean, make no mistake. He's, people are like, oh, he's not a good politician. No, he's a really good politician, right? He's got a great line of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, he goes out and he promises free stuff for everybody. The problem is, so we're in Florida, obviously, right now, right? Ron DeSantis is literally going out right now saying, hey, I'm going to eliminate all property taxes in the state of Florida. And you know why he's able to do that? Because everybody from New York has moved to Florida, and all the wealth of New York has come to Florida, and they have such a surplus in their budget that they don't need people to pay property taxes. It's literally going to pass, right? They're going to put it through the legislature. Versus New York, where you have a guy going out there saying, we're going to increase taxes on the few remaining people. And guess what? You know where they're going to come? They're going to come to Florida. So they're just going to put New York in an awful financial deficit. Like, New York is it's the greatest city in the world. It's an unstoppable city.
Great city.
Clean streets, safe streets, and just have reasonable taxation and get the F out of the way. And New York will be unstoppable anywhere in the world, right? I mean, we've got the best entrepreneurs in the world. We've got the best business leaders in the world. We've got Wall Street. We've got the US dollar, which is the strongest currency in the world by far. We could do it better than anybody. Just get the hell out of the way and stop being so punitive. But, we're going to nationalize grocery stores. Like, you've got some of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world who have tried getting into the grocery business and they fail, right? You have spoilage. You have inventory problems. It's heavy real estate. It's high taxation. You've got loss factor based on theft, especially in New York. They can't get them to work. But yet Mamdami, vis-a-vis City Hall, some politician who's never ran a business in their life, never signed the front of a check, is all of a sudden gonna go up against Gristedes or D'Agostino's or Whole Foods. Like, give me a break. Like, this isn't gonna work.
I find it interesting, that clip where, it's recently, there's two actually. There's one where he talked about his aunt after 9/11 being afraid to be on the subway, which didn't turn out to be completely true. And then the second thing is, I don't know if you saw recently, he was going to like the gay clubs around New York, gaining their support. And then this photo leaked of him with this lady, Rebecca from Uganda, who literally says homosexuals should be in prison for life. And he has this photo with her around his arm.
Sure.
So it's just like,
why? Because we're all hypocrites.
They don't know what they actually believe, right?
No, they don't. They don't know what the hell they
But I'm wondering, like, do people not see this, or like it doesn't? I'm just trying to figure out, if you see that, doesn't that make you think for a second this guy's like kind of full of shit?
Listen, I certainly think he's full of crap. I think it's deeply scary when you have one of the largest cities. I mean, he's in charge of like 300,000 employees, right? Yeah. And when you look at the city of New York, I mean, just the NYPD is roughly 30,000 cops. That's just the NYPD. That's before all the rest of the government agencies. Like, what has the guy done? Like, he was like a community organizer. Isn't that a little scary? Bloomberg. Guess what? He ran one of the biggest companies, built one of the biggest companies, right? Like, you go back over the course of New York, you had some look how great of a leader Giuliani was and what he did. I mean, Giuliani single-handedly turned around New York. It's scary as hell when you see a guy who comes out and says, listen, I'm going to arrest Netanyahu if he ever comes into the UN into New York for the UN General Assembly. They're saying, you're just going to not have world leaders come through New York now? Like, if they don't come through New York, they're going to go somewhere else. And that's a damn shame for this country.
What do you think will happen if he does win?
Oftentimes, I always wonder whether or not these people are bravado or not. And we've seen it both ways. We saw Letitia James, the Attorney General, right? Who always she campaigned on the promise of going after Donald Trump and taking him down and taking down our entire family. Really interesting. She dug so deep that she ended up finding herself. But in her case, it wasn't bravado. She actually did it. There's other people who will run on the bravado and they'll get in and kind of drop the political nonsense and stop playing the game. And I don't know, man. He's this guy's crazy as hell, and I love New York. I mean, I grew up there. I run a lot of properties there. It breaks my heart to see that happen to the city.